Friends, Americans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Tonight we delve into the political ring with two heavyweights. Joe Biden and Donald Trump. One, a seasoned politician with decades in the Senate. The other, a businessman who stormed Washington like a reality TV show finale. Our goal tonight isn't to pick a winner. This ain't pay-per-view, folks. It's about understanding what makes these guys tick. What are their stories? What did they actually in office? And why are people so darn passionate about both of them? We'll unpack their political journeys, their big wins, and yes, those controversies that make headlines. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride through the American political landscape. By the end, you'll have the facts, the laughs, because, let's be honest, politics needs some humor, and hopefully, a little more clarity in these politically charged times.
Joe Biden, folks. Uncle Joe. The guy who loves aviators and Amtrak more than words can say. But behind that folksy demeanor is a long, complex political history. He was a senator for over 35 years. Think about that. That's longer than some of you watching have been alive. He knows the ins and outs of Washington like the back of his hand. He was even vice president under Obama. Biden's all about unity, folks. He wants to bring people together, find common ground. He's seen as a steady hand, especially after the, let's just say, turbulence of the Trump years. His fans see him as experienced, compassionate, a return to normalcy. His critics? They say he's too old, too moderate, not exciting enough. But one thing's for sure, Biden's got a long track record and you can't deny his dedication to public service.
Now let's talk about the elephant, or should I say in the room. Donald J. Trump, the businessman who became president. He was like a bull in a china shop, folks. Shook things up, that's for sure. Love him or hate him, you gotta admit, he's a master showman. He knew how to grab attention, how to control the narrative. He used Twitter like a weapon, folks. And his rallies? Those were like rock concerts. Trump's supporters loved his tell it like it is style. They saw him as a successful outsider, here to drain the swamp and fight for the forgotten man. His critics? Well, they saw him as divisive, impulsive, and a threat to democracy. His presidency was full of drama, controversy, and let's just say, a lot of tweets. Whether you agree with his policies or not, there's no denying that Trump changed the game of American politics.
Section 4. Policy Face-Off. Economy, Healthcare, and the World Stage. All right, folks. Enough about personalities. Let's get down to brass tacks policy. What did these guys actually while in office? Biden came in with a focus on the pandemic, passing a massive COVID relief bill. He's been pushing for infrastructure improvements, clean energy, and gun control. On the world stage, he's trying to restore America's global standing after the, shall we say, unconventional Trump years. Trump, on the other hand, was all about tax cuts, deregulation, and America first. He renegotiated trade deals, built a wall, or at least part of one, and moved the US Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. His foreign policy was, well, let's just say it was unique. Both presidents had their wins and losses, their supporters and detractors. It's up to you to decide which policies you agree with, which ones you think were beneficial for the country. But one thing's for sure, their decisions have had a real impact on the lives of everyday Americans.
Section 5. Public perception, approval, scandals, and the media circus. Now let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. The media. Both Biden and Trump have had their fair share of media attention, both good and bad. Biden's been criticized for his age, his gaffes, and his son Hunter's business dealings. Some say he's not progressive enough, while others miss the charisma of Obama. Trump, well, where do we even begin? From the Russia investigation to the Ukraine scandal to the 2 impeachments, his presidency was a non-stop roller coaster of controversy. Social media went crazy during both their presidencies, folks. It was like a 24/7 news cycle on steroids. It's hard to know what to believe anymore, but one thing's for sure. Public perception matters in politics, and both Biden and Trump have learned that the hard way. Section 6, Beyond Left and Right, Seeking Common Ground. So there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of the Biden and Trump presidencies. Two very different men, two very different visions for America. It's easy to get caught up in the partisan bickering, the name-calling, the endless cycle of outrage. But at the end of the day, we're all Americans. We all want what's best for our country. Instead of focusing on our differences, maybe it's time to start looking for common ground. What are the issues we can all agree on? How can we work together to solve the problems facing our nation? It's not going to be easy, but hey, nothing worth doing ever is. Thanks for listening, folks. And remember, stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay tuned. We'll be right back.